Korean fried chicken is really famous these days, but if you're around in the early 80s, you'll remember Alice chicken, and it was like one of the original Korean fried chicken, and it was really good and really popular. And while I was at the Star-Bulletin, Star-Advertiser, the #1 request for recipes that came into our department was for Alice chicken wings. And so we happened to get her recipe, and she was willing to share it as a gift to Hawaii's people. And it was kind of a good thing because she was actually in the process of trying to find investors to open a new restaurant, but she died 5 years ago, but we still have her chicken wings. So I'm gonna start. So because Alice's heyday was 40 years ago, tastes have changed. So what happened when we ran the recipe is that people said it didn't taste exactly like they remember. They thought it was spicier, but people just have built up a higher tolerance for heat now. So I have made some adjustments to this recipe to suit my taste. Like anybody else can, I'll give you the original recipe, but I'll also tell you how I change it to suit my taste. Okay, so first, the secret to her recipe is Park's brand kimchi sauce. So that's her secret ingredient. She called for a one-third cup, but I'm gonna put like a half cup in because I want it to be hotter. And her recipe calls for only 1 tablespoon of garlic for 5 pounds of wings, but that's not enough. So this is about 12 cloves, about 1 bulb minced. So I'm gonna throw that in there. I like garlic. I'm actually at my mom's house today, so my sister requested gochujang sauce inside, so I'm gonna put like 1 heaping tablespoon in. And then her recipe does not call for green onions, but I want to put green onions, so I'm gonna put this is about half a bunch, so I cut it with the kitchen scissors. Okay, so then we're going to stir it up. She uses like 2.5 cups of white flour, but I modified that for a crispier texture. So I have 2 cups of flour and a 1/4 cup of cornstarch and a 1/4 cup of potato starch. So I'm going to stir that into. Okay, you're supposed to also add 2 cups of water, so you can just add it slowly. You don't have to add the full 2 cups. It just depends on the consistency. It should be the consistency of pancake batter. So this is what it's looking like now. So now it's like pretty liquid. I'm going to add some salt. So I'll just add like 1 tablespoon. And stir it well. And then I'm ready to add my chicken. The recipe is for 5 pounds of chicken wings. I'm just going to add it all in. If you prefer to like put it in a freezer bag, and because it has to marinate for about 3 hours. So I will finish mixing this in, marinate it, and be back to fry it up. Okay, so I'm back. It's about 5 o'clock. We started marinating the chicken at about 1:30, so it's been 3.5 hours. You want to do it for at least 3 hours. And so I'm just waiting for the oil to heat up. So we're gonna try to add one chicken to the pot and see what happens. Oh, it's a giant one. Yeah. Looks like it's hot enough, so I'm just gonna add in without overcrowding it. Yeah. Okay, now it's ready to come out. It's that nice red that we were used to seeing at Ala Moana. So there we have it, chicken Alice at home. And we're gonna come up with a side dish next. We're left with all this sauce. So I'm Chinese, so I don't want to see it go to waste. So I'm gonna do something else with that. Okay, first take 1 egg. And then I'm gonna add green onions, about a half cup. Same amount of chives and onion. Gonna mix it. So we have some oil in the pan and we have our batter that we made. And we're gonna make some mini chive and onion pancakes. Because instead of making one big one, if you do it this way, it can just be single serve. You don't have to like cut it all up. So nothing goes to waste. Oops, stuck. Okay, so flip it after about 2 minutes. So the leftover batter made about 13 mini jun, and so you just pair it with chicken, your favorite kimchi, and side dishes and rice, and you're good to go. So thanks again for joining. See you next week. Bye.